Hey guys and gals, it's Zuzi here. I wanted to record a video about like a ton of Greek stuff and a couple of myths and tales. Right now I have this book right here for references. It's Favorite Greek Myths, retold by Mary Pope Osborne, and she's pretty cool. Um, so let me go first and tell you um, about minor gods and goddesses, and mortals and other names and words that you need to probably know while studying like Greek mythology and stuff. So obviously you know the 12 Olympians, including Hestia, but and the Romans actually adopted them and their gods and renamed them. So first, Zeus is Jupiter, um, Poseidon is Neptune, Pluto is Hades, um, and Juno is Hera. Demeter is Ceres, Hestia is Vesta, Athena is Minerva, and Apollo is Apollo. Well, Artemis is Diana, and she can be seen as two different goddesses if need be. Um, Hermes is Mercury. Ares is Mars. Um, Hephaestus is Vulcan. Hey, Vulcan. Dionysus or Dionysus, it really doesn't matter. The pronunciation is Bacchus. And Persephone. Um, I have this trouble pronouncing this name. Proserpina. No idea if that's right. I'm gonna check later. And Aphrodite is Venus. Um, Cupid actually is Eros, which is Aphrodite's son, and he is not the same thing as the original Eros, which was at the beginning of time. There was Eros was like love. He was the being of love. Eros is not the same person. I know, it's really weird. Um, and there are also like other um, gods and goddesses that you probably haven't heard of or have heard of but haven't really said or studied anything about it. Helios is the Titan sun god. He is not Apollo at all. They're different. Um, Iris is known as the messenger goddess. She's also can be represented through rainbows and sending messages through them. Sleep is actually the god of slumber. This can be mixed in with Morpheus, and he's not the same as sleep. Um, Morpheus is actually one of Sleep's thousand sons, and he's the god of dreams. He's not the god of sleep. Hecate is, and some people say like Hecate. That's not right. Not. I pronounce it Hecate. Um, and this book says that she's the goddess of the dark of the moon. Some people say that Hecate was like the Titan goddess. I think there's two, um, but she doesn't like mortals at all. And people always try to like work with her, and I don't think that's a good idea. If the goddess doesn't like mortals, why would she like try to communicate and work with one? Doesn't make any sense. Um, Pan, um, I remember reading the Percy Jackson books and all that stupid stuff. Um, Pan is Hermes' son. Um, I think, yeah, Hermes, and he is the goat man. He is like the shepherd's god. And there's another one. I don't know, I forget. Um, so in this part of the video, I'm going to be telling you a story about Io. And Io is a princess of Argos. Um, She is also the ones. She's also like her myth is one of my favorites. I don't know why, but it's just kind of like stuck in my mind. Um, and Zeus fell for Io and began to seduce her like every other woman, creature, like everything. Began to seduce her and trying to keep it. He was trying to keep it secret from Hera. Um, and he did this whenever he was trying to keep it secret. He covered the entire earth with clouds, and Hera was like, "What's going on? Like, why is the earth in clouds?" So of course she was curious, and she was very very suspicious. Um, Side note, yeah, side story thing. I feel bad. I don't pity. I just feel bad for Hera because if like your husband is going around like being with all of these creatures and stuff and like doing the dirty birdie with like every other like woman creature, um, it's kind of sad. I mean, like you would be angry if you were like the goddess of marriage and your husband was cheating on you all the time and having children with everyone. Anyway, so Hera had suspicions whenever Zeus covered the earth with clouds. When she dispersed the clouds, she saw Zeus standing near a white heifer. If you don't know what heifer is, it's a female cow. Um, and while Zeus was standing near the heifer, um, Hera asked him if he knew what the heifer was and if he had seen it before, and Zeus said that, oh, this heifer just kind of like sprang out of the ground, out of the earth. Also, another side story. Um, there's another myth somewhere where I read where Io was running from Hera, and um, while she was doing this, she was a daughter of a sea god, and she called the sea god out for help, and the sea god didn't recognize her. So when she carved her hooves I-O in the sand, he knew that Zeus had done this to her, and turned her into a tree. Weird. Um, but anyway, um, after Zeus said, "Oh, I don't know what this heifer is," she just kind of like looked at the heifer and said, "Oh, can I have it? Like, can this be a gift?" And Zeus, you know, it would blow the whole thing if he was like, "No, you can't have it." So he gave the cow to Hera, and Hera was being protective of Io, and so she guarded Io with Argus, and Argus is the 100-eyed one. It's a bunch of eyes, like right here, right here, and right here, like everywhere. And um, while she was well guarded by Hera. Um, and Zeus was feeling desperate. He didn't know what to do at this point, so he asked Hermes to set Io free. And once Hermes, sorry, my phone keeps going off. Once Hermes accepted this request, he turned himself into a shepherd, and he went to free Io and went to Argus, and he like kicked in his musical talent, and he lulled Argus to sleep. And once that was over with, he freed Io and just let her go, and Hermes returned back to Olympus. And while Io was on her journey and while she was being free, like enjoying her freedom and stuff, she ran into Prometheus, and Prometheus chained. Oh no, I don't know if that happened. Sorry, my computer died. Um, Once Prometheus saw her, um, he gave her hope, and um, he predicted that she would have to wander for many years from Hera, but she would. He also predicted that she would be changed back into human form and would bear a child. Um, he also predicted that his child would become into a great hero and set him free. Um, and after a while, these predictions came true. Uh, During her journey and during her wanderings, there were a lot of landmarks and geographical features named after her, like including the Ionian Sea, um, and um, I remember this. Remember, um, she reached the Nile in Egypt, and Zeus restored her to a human form. And she bore a child named Epaphus, and 11 generations later, her descendants from Hercules would set Prometheus free. So yeah, that's cool. Um, my next video will be about homosexuality in Greece because I'm big on that, and I wanted to. I wrote down this whole entire speech, so it's all gonna be formal and stuff. So be ready for that. Bye, guys and gals.